Chosen one, listen closely. Heaven has paused your path for this very conversation. Nothing about this moment is random. Every second of delay, every silence from above, every unanswered prayer, none of it was wasted. You've been walking through a divine setup, not a setback. The waiting you thought was punishment was actually preparation. You were being positioned, not postponed. You have asked God again and again, when, Lord, and still He said, wait. But now, the wait is ending. You have reached the edge of divine timing where heaven and earth meet in perfect rhythm. The silence that surrounded you was not God's absence, it was His craftsmanship. In the unseen realm, He has been arranging the details, shifting hearts, opening paths, and writing a story that could only unfold through patience. You had to walk through this long night so you could recognize dawn when it arrived. There was a reason your blessing didn't come sooner. It needed your strength to mature. You weren't being ignored. You were being instructed. The delay built your discernment. The stillness sharpened your spirit. And the pain taught you how to recognize peace when it finally came. There were nights when your faith trembled. You questioned if God still saw you. But even in those moments, heaven whispered your name. You may not have heard it, but the angels did. They moved on your behalf when you thought nothing was happening. You were surrounded even in silence. And the Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Let that settle deep in your spirit. This isn't just ink on ancient pages, it's the living word echoing into your timeline. Every delay had purpose. Every tear was counted. The pause was divine strategy, not divine neglect. God has always been 10 steps ahead of what you thought was failure. You see, the waiting season is not a lifeless space. It's where roots grow deep. It's where endurance is built, where wisdom matures, and where identity is refined. Without the waiting, the miracle wouldn't fit. Without the struggle, you wouldn't have the capacity to hold what's coming. Heaven had to prepare you for the very thing you prayed for. Now, the atmosphere around you is shifting. You can sense it even if you can't explain it. Opportunities are aligning. Conversations are being arranged. People who once overlooked you will soon recognize you. The stillness that surrounded your life is cracking open like dawn breaking through a heavy night. Chosen one, this is not another delay, this is delivery. God is not only bringing your miracle, He's bringing it at the exact moment when you are strong enough to sustain it. The same God who closed doors to protect you is now opening them to promote you. The season of hiddenness was never meant to break you. It was meant to build the strength of your yes. Can you feel it that's stirring in your spirit? It's the rhythm of heaven announcing that the waiting has expired. You've reached the threshold where faith becomes sight. The days of almost are over. The promise is not pending, it's present. This is your moment to rise in quiet confidence. You don't need to fight for attention. The anointing itself will draw what belongs to you. You don't need to prove your worth. God already approved you in silence. The world is about to see what heaven has been preparing all along. You will soon look back and understand that the pause was divine choreography. Everything that seemed delayed will appear perfectly timed. The places that felt empty will overflow with new life. What you waited for is not just coming, it has arrived. Heaven's clock has struck now, so breathe deeply. You're standing in the manifestation of what once existed only in your prayers. The miracle is here. The favor is active. The waiting has birthed the wonder. Before this moment passes, seal it in faith. Like this message, if your spirit bears witness, share it with someone still trapped in their waiting season. And subscribe so you never miss what heaven releases next. And finally, comment the number 707 below. It's your prophetic declaration that what was delayed has now been delivered. Heaven has moved, and the miracle you've been praying for is standing right in front of you. Chosen one. The silence you've endured was never abandonment, it was refinement. The stillness that made you question your purpose was actually God whispering, "Stay still, I'm working." You thought heaven had forgotten you. But all along, heaven was writing a masterpiece with invisible ink. Every moment of delay, every closed door, every season of loneliness was God shaping your spirit for the weight of what is now unfolding. You see, God never wastes a waiting season. To the natural eye, it may have looked like you were stuck, like your prayers had bounced back unanswered, like time was slipping through your fingers. But in the spiritual realm, things were moving slowly, quietly, perfectly. God was arranging timing, testing motives, and trimming away distractions so that when the miracle finally arrived, you would recognize it, honor it, and know how to carry it. Your silent seasons were sacred classrooms. In those quiet places, you learned how to hear God beyond noise. You learned to pray without needing an audience, to trust without seeing signs, to worship when nothing made sense. Those lessons cannot be taught in abundance, they are only birthed in obscurity. And now, what was taught in secret will soon speak loudly through your life. There were times when you felt invisible, unseen by people you once believed would support you. You felt left behind while others seemed to move forward. But what looked like rejection was redirection. God was not excluding you. He was preserving you. You couldn't go where He was leading if you stayed surrounded by voices that couldn't discern your calling. The pruning hurt, but it was necessary. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 37, verse 7. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. This verse isn't a gentle suggestion, it's a divine command. To be still is not to be passive, it's to trust with unshakable faith. It's choosing peace when your flesh wants proof. It's staying anchored when storms tell you to run. That kind of stillness isn't weakness, it's power under control. You may not realize it yet, but the silence you hated was the very soil where your strength took root. The absence of applause forced you to listen for God's whisper. The lack of progress trained you to appreciate process. Heaven didn't withhold because you were unworthy. Heaven withheld because you were unready. There's a difference. When the noise around you died down, the true work began. The waiting stripped you of pride, impatience, and comparison. It humbled you so the blessing wouldn't. It made you depend on grace, not on your own understanding. And now that the refining has done its work, your spirit carries a quiet authority that only those who've wrestled in silence can hold. Chosen one. The world measures success by visibility, but heaven measures it by surrender. You surrendered your timeline, your plans, your control. You placed your expectations at the feet of God and said, "Even if you don't move when I want, I will still trust you." That kind of surrender shakes the heavens. This is why you will walk differently now. You no longer chase outcomes, you trust the process. You no longer beg for validation. You rest in divine approval. The waiting season has turned your heart into a sanctuary where faith is the altar and peace is the flame. When you move forward from this point, you'll carry the fragrance of patience, the wisdom of silence, and the calm of someone who knows their timing is governed by heaven, not by man. You will no longer panic when things take time because you've learned that God is never late. He's always exact. So let your heart rest. Chosen one. The silence wasn't a punishment, it was a sacred pause. And though it seemed like nothing was happening, everything was being prepared. The roots of your miracle grew deep in hidden soil. The next time you face stillness, you'll remember this moment, and instead of asking, "Why is nothing happening?" you'll whisper, "God is working again." Your silent seasons were never wasted. They were wombs, not tombs. They didn't bury you, they birthed you. Chosen one. Do you realize what has been happening while you waited? Heaven has never been silent, only subtle. When you thought nothing was moving, everything was. When you felt unseen, the eyes of heaven were fixed on you. God has been building your breakthrough in hidden places, piecing together moments that seemed random into a divine design too perfect to rush. You have walked through the tension between faith and frustration, between hope and hesitation. You've whispered prayers that felt unanswered, only to find that the silence itself was an answer because it meant the work was happening beneath the surface. The miracle was never delayed, it was being detailed. You may have wondered why certain doors stayed shut, why some people walked away, why progress seemed to pause right when you were ready to move. But heaven's construction zone doesn't look like movement, it looks like mess. God was rearranging the pieces of your story to fit the shape of His promise. Nothing was wasted. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9. In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. That means even when your plans failed, His didn't. Every detour was direction in disguise. Every wrong turn was a divine rerouting that led you exactly where you needed to be. The hand of God has been steady, steering your journey through the fog of uncertainty. You didn't lose time, you gained alignment. Chosen one. Heaven's hidden work is not absence, it's accuracy. God does His best work in silence because that's when faith matures. He let the world overlook you so He could build something within you that only He would recognize at first. The waiting was your training ground. The silence was your classroom. The stillness was your strengthening. While you were questioning if God still remembered, the angels were being dispatched. While you were saying, "Lord, I don't see it," heaven was saying, "We're almost done." There were things that had to be completed before your miracle could manifest. Timing, hearts, circumstances all coming into divine sequence. Now, you stand at the edge of revelation. The unseen labor of heaven is about to show itself in your reality. The pieces you couldn't fit together are snapping into place. The prayers you almost stopped praying are becoming testimonies in motion. What was forming in the dark will soon shine in the light. You are walking into answered prayers that have matured in silence. You are about to see that none of this was coincidence. Heaven's timing is flawless. It doesn't need your understanding, only your trust. So pause for a moment. Reflect on how far you've come even when you thought you were standing still. Remember how the pain pressed you into deeper prayer. How the waiting stretched your faith. How the silence taught you to hear in a new way. You didn't just survive the waiting, you were transformed by it. Now, before you go further, seal this word with a declaration of faith. Comment below "Heaven is working." Write it as a witness and a weapon. When you type those words, you are declaring that you believe the unseen hand of God is active in every area of your life. You are silencing fear, silencing impatience, and agreeing with heaven's pace. It's your prophetic way of saying, "I may not see it yet, but I know it's happening." Because even in silence, heaven never stops moving. Comment below "Heaven is working." When you declare these words, you are aligning your spirit with divine activity. You are saying, "Even if I don't see it yet, I trust that God is orchestrating every detail with perfect wisdom and timing on my behalf. By typing "Heaven is working," you shift your focus from what is visible to what is eternal. It is your spiritual signature of agreement, a statement that the unseen realm is not asleep, but alive, arranging breakthrough in your favor. This declaration silences fear and impatience. It tells the enemy that your faith cannot be shaken by silence. You are choosing to believe that every closed door, every quiet season, and every delay is carrying divine purpose. So write it with conviction: heaven is working. Let those words echo through your spirit as both a reminder and a prophecy. Every time you say them, you are reminding yourself that what God promised is already in motion, even when you cannot yet see it. Chosen one. The fire you walked through was not to destroy you, it was to refine you. Every test, every betrayal, every season of confusion was the forge where heaven shaped your endurance. You were not being punished, you were being purified. The hands of the refiner never left the flame, and though the heat felt unbearable, it was necessary. You see, gold cannot shine until it has passed through fire, and the same is true for you. God allowed you to face the flame so that what was temporary could burn away, leaving only what was eternal. The moments that felt like endings were actually divine beginnings. Every tear you shed watered the soil of transformation. In those seasons of fire, God was stripping you of dependence on things that could not sustain your calling. He allowed comfort to fade so that conviction could grow. He allowed weakness to surface so that strength could be reborn. He allowed pain to press you until your prayers became purer, your focus sharper, and your trust unshakable. The refining process often looks like loss, but it is actually exchange, God taking what limits you and giving what lasts. You've been trading temporary strength for eternal power, shallow roots for deep ones, surface faith for unshakable belief. The fire didn't break you, it revealed you. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 9, "I will refine them like silver and test them like gold. They will call on my name and I will answer them. I will say, 'They are my people.' And they will say, 'The Lord is our God.'" This is your story, chosen one. The refining was not random, it was relational. God was not testing to see if you would fail. He was proving that your faith was real. He let the fire show what couldn't be faked: your loyalty, your resilience, your love for Him even in the absence of blessings. That is the kind of faith that moves mountains. Do you remember the nights when you felt the weight of despair pressing against your chest? When you wondered if you could endure one more blow? And yet, you did. That strength was not your own. It was the grace of the one who walked with you through the flame, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You discovered that even in the fire, you were never alone. The heat that should have consumed you became the very thing that refined your identity. The people who doubted you will have to watch you rise from ashes they thought would bury you. Your scars are not symbols of defeat. They are evidence of divine survival. Each one says, "I went through the fire, but I came out purified." You have learned that faith isn't proven when everything is easy. Faith is proven when everything is shaking and you still say, "I trust God." That's what the fire was for. It made your confidence unshakable, your discernment keener, your compassion deeper. You now carry a strength that cannot be taught in comfort, it can only be forged in trial. The refining process has birthed humility and boldness within you. You can now stand in places of authority without pride because you know what it costs to get there. You can speak healing because you've walked through pain. You can extend grace because you've needed it. The fire made you usable, not just visible. Chosen one. The refining season is almost complete. The embers that once burned painfully are now glowing with the light of transformation. The same places that once hurt will soon shine with holy fire. You have become a vessel that carries both power and purity, a living testimony that the fire cannot consume what heaven has claimed. So when you look back on everything you've endured, don't curse the fire, thank it. It didn't come to end you. It came to expose the gold in you. You are walking proof that refinement leads to revelation, and revelation leads to release. Stand tall, not because the fire is over, but because it has done its work. You are no longer the same person who entered it. The flame changed you, strengthened you, and sealed you with glory. Chosen one, can you feel it? Something in the unseen realm has shifted. The air itself seems different, lighter, expectant. What once felt heavy is beginning to move. You may not fully see it yet, but heaven has already turned the tide in your favor. The spiritual atmosphere has changed because your endurance has invited the presence of breakthrough. For a long time, it felt like nothing was happening. You prayed, you waited, you hoped, and the silence echoed. But now, even in the quiet, you can sense motion. You can feel the current beneath the surface. The still waters of yesterday are beginning to ripple with divine activity. You are stepping into a moment where the impossible begins to unfold quietly, naturally, beautifully, according to what is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. This is the hour to lift your head and walk in light again. The same God who spoke light into the void is now commanding his glory to rise upon you. You are not forgotten, you are illuminated. You are not invisible, you are chosen to glow in dark places. The atmosphere around you responds to your obedience, your faith, and your quiet yes to God. Chosen one. The shift you're sensing is not emotional, it's spiritual. The heavens have aligned something for you. The battles you fought in private are turning into victories that will be seen publicly. The closed doors are creaking open. The dry ground is breaking to let living water flow again. And all of it is happening because you refused to quit when it was hardest. The presence of God is like the dawn, it doesn't rush. It unfolds. It starts soft and grows strong. The first rays don't blind you, they warm you. That's how your miracle is coming, gently, faithfully, and at the perfect time. And as this message meets your heart, I want to speak with honesty and tenderness. The words you hear here, the messages that find you when you need them most, are more than a production. They are a ministry. They are seeds of light planted in dark hours. Every like, every share, every subscription is like striking a match in another person's night sky. Each action keeps this flame alive and helps it travel further into hearts still waiting for dawn. If this message stirred your heart, consider adding your flame to the fire. When you give, it's not a payment, it's a participation. Think of your gift as a drop of oil keeping the lamp burning in this sacred space. No amount is small when it's poured with love. There is no demand, no condition, only invitation. If your spirit feels led, your donation becomes a quiet act of worship, a whisper that says, Lord, let this light reach another soul. You become part of heaven's distribution chain, carrying hope from one heart to the next. Like this message, if it resonated with you, it tells the algorithm of heaven that light still matters. Share it and you become a messenger. Your share may be the bridge that keeps someone else from giving up tonight. Subscribe to stay close to this stream of grace. It's how we continue walking together, one revelation at a time. And if you ever feel prompted to donate, picture it as planting a glowing seed in fertile soil. That seed grows into a beacon for someone else still wandering in the dark. You are not funding words, you are fueling miracles. But remember, dear chosen one, whether you give or simply receive, you are seen. You are loved. You are part of something sacred. The light of God moves through every act of faith, big or small, visible or hidden. As the spiritual atmosphere continues to shift, keep your eyes open. The signs of breakthrough will begin to appear in conversations, in opportunities, in moments that seem too precise to be coincidence. That's how you'll know heaven's timing has arrived. The dawn is no longer coming, it's here. You're standing in it. The long night is ending, and every color of promise is beginning to spread across your sky. And as you walk into this new light, never forget you are part of something divine, something eternal. You are the living proof that even a single spark, when shared, can ignite 1,000 candles across the world. Chosen one, you have felt the trembling in your spirit lately, haven't you? That quiet, holy stirring that tells you something is aligning beyond your understanding. It's not your imagination, this is divine synchronization. Heaven is arranging the scene for the very moment it promised you long ago. The delay has reached its expiration. You are standing inside your appointed hour. There's a stillness before every revelation, a calm before every miracle. But this calm feels different, alive, almost electric. That's because you are not waiting anymore, you are witnessing. Everything that was once uncertain is beginning to make sense. The puzzle pieces that seemed scattered are now forming a picture you can finally recognize. It was never chaos. It was choreography. You've wondered why certain doors opened too late, why some connections faded just when you thought they mattered most. It was heaven's way of aligning the timeline. God was moving people and circumstances like stars in a constellation, each one positioned to illuminate the next step of your path. The confusion was actually confirmation in disguise. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. This is the moment that verse was written for. You have lingered, you have wept, you have prayed, and now the vision moves from hidden to visible. It doesn't come with noise or chaos, it comes with quiet certainty. The same certainty that breathes peace into storms and turns waiting into wonder. Chosen one, heaven's calendar is now synced with your reality. The things you were once chasing will start finding you. The answers you sought will begin unfolding naturally, one confirmation after another. You won't have to strive or push anymore. Grace will carry what effort once couldn't. But pay attention. The appointed hour is delicate. It requires awareness, humility, and obedience. God is aligning the stage, but you must recognize your cue. Don't rush it, flow with it. Miracles often walk in quietly, disguised as ordinary moments. This is also the season to stand still when distractions try to call you away. When the breakthrough begins to appear, the enemy often whispers louder, trying to pull your focus from the sacred to the shallow. Stay anchored. Guard your peace like it's a crown. You are walking through prophetic fulfillment. And the signs will appear everywhere, divine timing in small conversations. Answers hidden in songs, reassurance through scripture. It won't feel like striving, it will feel like breathing. The peace that once seemed unreachable will now rest upon you like a mantle. Chosen one, do not mistake the simplicity of this season for insignificance. Sometimes the most powerful moments arrive softly. Miracles don't always thunder, they often whisper. And this whisper is saying, now. The door you've been praying for is not just opening, it's been unlocked for some time. You're only now stepping close enough to realize it was never locked at all. God didn't delay the miracle. He delayed your readiness, because the blessing without foundation would have fallen apart. Now you are stable. Now you can sustain what's being released. You've been refined, reshaped, redefined. This is your appointed hour, the very one your soul has been waiting for since it first learned to pray. And when heaven's timing meets your obedience, the result is always glory. That's what's happening now, the union of promise and preparation. Take a breath. Feel the rhythm of heaven in your chest. The waiting season has matured into fulfillment, and your not yet has become now. To mark this sacred shift, write it below as an act of faith. Comment 4444. Let it be your declaration that divine alignment is complete. 4444 represents the solid foundation, the four corners of divine order, the moment heaven's structure supports your next step. By typing it, you're not chasing signs, you're confirming them. You're saying, I recognize my appointed time and I step into it with faith. Comment below 4444. When you type 4444, you are not entering a number, you are acknowledging a covenant moment. It symbolizes divine order, stability, and fulfillment. It's your way of saying, heaven and earth are aligned, and I am ready to walk in purpose. This declaration is prophetic agreement. By writing 4444, you confirm that your waiting has produced wisdom, your silence has birthed strength, and your time has come. Let this number echo through eternity as your signature of faith. I am aligned. I am prepared. I am chosen. Chosen one. For too long you have carried burdens that were never yours to keep. The weight of fear, the voice of doubt, the memory of rejection, each one tried to convince you that freedom was a fantasy. But the truth is, heaven has already spoken your release. What once held you bound cannot hold you anymore. The chains that have gripped your spirit are breaking under the sound of divine authority. The breaking doesn't always arrive in a shout. Sometimes it begins with a whisper. A shift inside your heart where peace replaces panic. A realization that you are no longer a prisoner of your past. You've been walking with invisible chains. Chains of guilt, insecurity, and weariness, but even now, they are falling one by one. There were times when you thought you'd never escape certain cycles, the same thoughts, the same habits, the same fears replaying like echoes, but those loops are losing their power. The Spirit of God has been rewiring your heart quietly, patiently, like a potter reshaping clay. He has been preparing you to step out of survival and into victory. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 13. Do not be afraid. Stand firm and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. This is not just a verse, it is your reality unfolding. The same God who parted the sea for Israel is parting the sea of your struggles. Every wall that stood between you and freedom is trembling. You will not drown where others did. You will walk through what once seemed impossible. The breaking of chains is not always loud, it is often sacred. Sometimes it looks like forgiveness, like choosing peace instead of bitterness. Sometimes it's choosing silence when anger calls your name. Other times it's simply waking up without fear for the first time in years. Freedom rarely arrives in fireworks, it settles like dawn, quiet but undeniable. Chosen one. You've been mistaken for fragile when you were simply transforming. You've endured the pressure of pain, but now the pressure is shifting. It's no longer crushing you, it's shaping you. Every season of struggle has pressed out something that could not stay. Fear is losing its vocabulary in your life. Doubt can no longer interpret your story. You are no longer bound by the opinions of others. You are no longer chained to the person you used to be. The guilt that whispered you'll never change has been silenced by grace, and the grace that rescued you is now rebuilding you. The world may not see it yet, but heaven does. You're walking lighter, freer, clearer. Sometimes the most powerful thing God does for His chosen is to remove what once defined them. That's why you lost certain things, certain people, certain patterns. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were meant to be free. You cannot step into the next chapter while holding the ashes of the old one. Chosen one, the breaking of chains is not the end, it's the beginning. Freedom is not just the absence of bondage, it is the presence of purpose. God didn't set you free just so you could feel better. He set you free so you could become better. So you could walk boldly into the destiny prepared for you. You will soon realize that the very pain that once held you captive has become the key that unlocks others. Your testimony will become a torch, guiding those still trapped in the shadows you escaped. What once silenced you will now strengthen your voice. The sound of breaking chains may not be audible, but heaven hears it clearly. It's the sound of obedience, surrender, and faith colliding. It's the sound of a soul realizing, I was never meant to live caged, so breathe freely. Chosen one, the chains have fallen, and the air around you is new. This is not the same ground you stood on yesterday, it is sacred soil. Walk gently but confidently, for every step you take now is a declaration, I am free, and I am never going back. Freedom doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means no longer being controlled by it. You can now touch the memory without feeling the pain. That's redemption, when your scars stop bleeding and start teaching. Walk forward, chosen one. The sound behind you is not chains, it's wings. Chosen one, can you sense the shift? The same places that once echoed with silence now carry a new vibration. Doors are beginning to open. Not just physical doors, but doors of opportunity, reconciliation, and destiny. What was once locked is now loosening at the sound of divine timing. You have reached a moment where heaven's yes is meeting earth's readiness. For so long, you've stood before closed doors, knocking, praying, wondering if they would ever open. But what you didn't realize was that the door wasn't denying you, it was protecting what was still being prepared behind it. Some rooms weren't ready to receive your presence yet, some blessings needed time to mature. God's no was never rejection, it was redirection. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Revelation. Chapter 3, verse 8. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. I know that you have little strength, yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. This verse is more than comfort, it is confirmation. The doors you are about to walk through are not random. They are assigned, secured, and sealed by God Himself. No one can close what He has commanded open. The hands that tried to block you before will have to watch as heaven grants you access. You've endured seasons of closed doors because God wanted you to learn how to handle the keys. Access without maturity leads to collapse. But now, you carry wisdom forged in waiting. You know what to honor, what to protect, and what to walk away from. That wisdom is the key in your hand. When you face an open door, fear will whisper, "You're not ready." Doubt will echo, "You don't deserve this." But heaven responds, "You've already been prepared." Chosen one, step through anyway. The same God who opened the door will strengthen you to walk through it. Not every opportunity is divine, but when it's God's door, it carries peace. It won't demand that you compromise your values. It will align with your calling. That's how you'll know the difference. The right door won't make you anxious, it will make you aware. You've been walking with the weight of expectation, carrying the key of faith even when nothing seemed to fit. But now, the door before you clicks open almost effortlessly. That's the beauty of divine timing. It feels natural, not forced. Chosen one. The sound of that open door is heaven's applause for your endurance. The same tears that once blurred your vision have become the oil that helps you step through with grace. The wilderness you wandered is turning into a hallway of divine opportunity. Every no led you here. Every delay was a hidden direction pointing you to this threshold. When God opens a door, you won't need to fight for attention. You won't need to chase validation. The invitation will carry peace, and your spirit will recognize it instantly. The favor attached to this season will not be loud, it will be consistent. But remember this: with every open door comes stewardship. God doesn't open doors to make us comfortable. He opens them to make us useful. This new access is not just about blessing, it's about responsibility. You are being trusted to carry His presence into spaces that have not yet encountered light. Chosen one. Some doors will open suddenly, while others will open slowly, hinge by hinge. Don't rush either one. Trust the rhythm. Every movement is intentional. The same God who guided you through silence will guide you through opportunity. This is not a random shift, it's a release. The season of waiting was the lesson, but the open door is the reward. You are walking into rooms built for your voice, your anointing, your story. Do not shrink to fit where God is expanding you. The threshold before you glows with purpose. Step through it. Leave fear on the other side. Walk with reverence, not hesitation. The God who opens doors is also the God who walks with you beyond them. And when you do, you'll realize that what's waiting on the other side isn't just opportunity, it's destiny. The very thing you prayed for is standing open, waiting for your obedience. The time for knocking is over. The handle is turning. The door is open. Step through. Chosen one. Chosen one. In the moments when everything begins to move, doubt will try to return. It will whisper softly. What if this isn't God? What if it's all in your head, but heaven is already responding? This is me, don't fear the unfolding. You've walked too far to question the voice that has guided you through every storm. Doubt always appears on the edge of destiny. It's the shadow that comes before sunrise. It doesn't mean your faith is weak, it means the promise is near. The enemy knows he can't stop what God has started, so he tries to confuse your confidence. He'll use familiar fears to make you second-guess new miracles. But listen, chosen one, the same voice that called you out of the valley is the one calling you forward now. You didn't imagine the signs. You didn't force the timing. This is divine confirmation. What's unfolding in your life carries the fingerprints of heaven, not coincidence. We find in the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verse 27, "My sheep listen to my voice, I know them, and they follow me." That's how you know this is real, because you recognize His tone. You've learned to discern between noise and the voice of truth. When fear shouts, God whispers. When confusion clouds your vision, His peace anchors your heart. You don't need another sign. You already have His word. Every time you felt lost, He was teaching you to trust His direction. Every time you were unsure, He was strengthening your discernment. You've been trained by uncertainty to recognize authenticity. That's why this moment feels different. It's not emotional hype. It's holy clarity. Chosen one. When the path unfolds, don't overthink it, obey it. Miracles don't always arrive with explanations, they arrive with instruction. God doesn't owe details, He gives direction. Your job isn't to understand everything, it's to move when He says move. He has not brought you this far to leave you guessing. The signs, the timing, the peace, they all point to one truth: heaven is moving, and you are right where you're supposed to be. Don't let your mind talk you out of what your spirit already knows. Doubt may come knocking, but faith doesn't have to answer. You've been prepared for this exact moment. The same grace that sustained you in waiting will carry you in fulfillment. You don't have to control the outcome. You only have to keep walking. This season will test your sensitivity to the divine voice. There will be decisions that require faith, not logic. But don't be afraid to step. He will not let you fall. God doesn't guide by confusion. He guides by peace. That peace you feel right now, that's the evidence of His nearness. Chosen one, you are not walking into deception, you are walking into destiny. You don't need to question every step, you just need to listen for His whisper. It's not about being perfect. It's about being responsive. You are learning the rhythm of heaven, the holy dialogue between your obedience and His guidance. So silence the noise around you. The voice you trust most is already within you. He's been with you from the beginning, and He will never mislead you. You're hearing correctly. You're moving correctly. You're exactly where He wants you to be. Now, take a moment and anchor this truth in your spirit. Let it settle deeper than fear, deeper than uncertainty. Comment below, "I follow you." Type it not as repetition, but as revelation. It's your declaration that you will not chase signs, you will follow the shepherd. You will not be moved by emotion, you will be guided by presence. When you write it, heaven hears it as obedience, and hell recognizes it as defeat. Comment below, "I follow you." When you write these words, you are choosing trust over tension. You're declaring that you will not let fear lead you, but faith. It's not just a phrase, it's a surrender. You are saying, your voice, "Lord, is my direction." By typing "I follow you," you are aligning yourself with divine order. You acknowledge that your steps are guided by wisdom greater than your own, and that even in uncertainty, obedience is your compass. This act is a quiet but powerful echo of faith. Each time you see those words, let them remind you following God is never losing control, it's finding peace in His. Chosen one, do you feel it? The season has shifted again. What was once uncertain is now unfolding like petals opening under morning light. The long waiting has ripened into movement. The signs that used to confuse you are now aligning with clarity. This is the season where small signs become great wonders, where the faint glow of faith turns into the brilliance of fulfillment. You've been faithful in little, and now heaven begins to trust you with much. The quiet obedience of your yesterdays has unlocked the visible favor of today. You may not even realize it yet, but the supernatural is already at work in ordinary places. Conversations, opportunities, even chance encounters, they are all carrying pieces of your answered prayer. As Jesus Himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 17, verse 20, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." That is what is happening now. Your mustard seed faith is moving mountains. The faith you carried quietly, the kind that no one saw but God, is producing visible fruit. You didn't need to shout your belief for heaven to hear it. Your silent trust has spoken loudly enough. Chosen one. Sometimes miracles don't arrive with thunder, they arrive like morning dew, soft and steady, until one day you realize everything is drenched in grace. That's where you stand now, in the quiet flood of answered prayers. And as these words reach you, know this: what we build together here, these words, these moments of awakening, these reminders of divine love, it's more than content. It's a sanctuary, a lantern in a dark world. Every like, every share, every subscription is another hand lifting this lantern higher, letting its light reach another wandering soul. When you engage, you are not supporting a page, you are expanding a mission. Each gesture is like a ripple in still water. It travels farther than you imagine, touching hearts you may never meet. Your simple act of connection becomes an unseen sermon, a silent echo of hope whispered into someone's midnight. And if this message has spoken to you, if something inside you feels lighter or more alive, then consider becoming part of this sacred circle that keeps the light burning. When you give, you aren't funding words, you are planting seeds of awakening. Your gift is like water poured onto dry ground, helping faith bloom where despair once grew. There is no pressure here, no condition, no demand. Generosity in the kingdom is never forced, it's a melody freely played. If your heart feels stirred, let your giving be an offering of gratitude. Think of it as tending the garden of someone else's miracle. What you sow here grows into strength for others. Every small act of support, every click, every share, every donation becomes part of the chain of miracles heaven weaves through human hands. You become a vessel, a bridge, a keeper of light. And that light will return to you, multiplied and glowing brighter. Like this message, if it resonates with your heart, it's your way of saying, this truth matters. Share it if you sense someone else needs to be reminded that their faith still moves mountains. Subscribe to stay connected to this flow of grace. Because every message that follows is a continuation of this same light, tailored for your journey. And if your spirit feels called to donate, let it be your love letter to heaven, a soft whisper saying, use me to carry your light further. Imagine your offering as a candle placed in God's hands. He takes that flame and multiplies it, lighting homes, hearts, and hopes you will never see but will one day rejoice over in eternity. Chosen one. This space exists because of hearts like yours, hearts that believe light belongs to everyone. Together, we're not just spreading words, we're building wells in deserts, planting hope where faith once faded, and keeping the divine conversation alive. The miracles you read about are not distant, they are near, unfolding through the very acts of love we offer to one another. Heaven doesn't measure your giving by size, it measures it by sincerity. Even the smallest flame can ignite a night. So as you close your eyes tonight, remember you are part of something living, luminous, eternal. You are not just receiving light, you are keeping it alive. Chosen one. Have you ever noticed how pain changes form? How something that once felt like it would break you slowly becomes the very strength that holds you together. That's the mystery of God's process. He turns the unbearable into the unshakable. What once felt like punishment was really preparation. What felt like loss was the raw material of glory. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every closed door, all of it has been refined into something priceless within you. You didn't just survive what tried to destroy you. You were transformed by it. You learned how to see with spiritual eyes, how to hope without proof, and how to keep walking when your feet trembled beneath the weight of exhaustion. The pain that once made you question God has now become the lens through which you recognize His mercy. You can look back and see that even in your darkest nights, there was light threading through the cracks. Heaven was never absent. It was simply working in ways your eyes couldn't comprehend. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 8, verse 18, still echo today. I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. That glory is not distant. It's already beginning to surface. You carry traces of it every time you forgive someone who doesn't deserve it. Every time you love again after being broken. every time you choose faith when doubt feels easier. The glory of God shines most brightly through healed wounds. Chosen one. Your pain has not been wasted, it has been converted into power. Every season of weeping planted the seeds of wisdom. Every disappointment became a doorway for revelation. You have been equipped with empathy, patience, and discernment qualities that can only be learned in fire. Think about it, had everything gone according to your plan, you might have had comfort, but you would have missed transformation. The storms that came to tear you down actually trained you for strength you never knew you had. Now, what once intimidated you no longer has authority. You've walked through too much to be shaken by shadows. Pain is a strange teacher, but a faithful one. It stripped away illusions and forced you to discover who you truly are beneath performance and pretense. You learned that peace doesn't come from having control. It comes from surrender. You learned that faith isn't proven in comfort, it's proven in crisis. Every scar you carry now carries a sermon. Each one tells a story of redemption of what tried to harm you and failed. You've become a living altar, a testimony that beauty doesn't avoid brokenness, it rises from it. The oil of your anointing was pressed out through tears, not applause. That's why it's pure, potent, and irreplaceable. Chosen one, do not despise your past seasons of pain. They were the chisels that shaped your purpose. Without them, you wouldn't be able to recognize the depth of God's goodness now. You wouldn't be able to speak hope to others still trapped in the same fire that once burned you. There are people waiting on the other side of your healing, people who will only believe in restoration because they see it in you. The compassion that now flows from your heart isn't weakness. It's strength, refined by suffering. It's the fragrance that lingers when pride has burned away. And here's the divine paradox: what once made you cry now makes you wise. What once hurt you now helps others. God has turned your pain into a bridge, a path others can walk across toward freedom. Your scars are sacred. They are proof that grace didn't just visit you, it rebuilt you. This is why you no longer look at your past with shame, but with reverence. Every tear was a transaction in heaven. Every ache became an offering. What the enemy meant for destruction has become the evidence of divine craftsmanship. Chosen one. Your story is no longer about survival, it's about significance. You are the proof that pain can birth purpose, that ashes can become crowns, and that the broken can become the blessed. The season of mourning is closing. The wind is changing direction. What once weighed you down will now lift you higher, because now you know pain was never the end of your story. It was the beginning of your power. Chosen one. The waiting has ended. What was whispered in secret is now echoing loudly in your life. You are stepping into the release the moment heaven delivers what it promised. It doesn't arrive in chaos or confusion. It comes in peace, like rain falling on land that has long been dry. Everything that once seemed delayed is suddenly aligning with divine speed. You can feel it, can't you? The stillness that once felt like stagnation now feels like readiness. There's a new rhythm in your spirit, a sense that something greater is unfolding, even before your eyes see it. The unseen has become visible. The promise has crossed from the spiritual realm into the physical. Heaven has never forgotten what it spoke over you. Every prophecy, every vision, every quiet assurance, it all led to this hour. The release is not random, it's precise. The angels who once stood waiting are now in motion, carrying what belongs to you into your atmosphere. You don't have to chase it, it's coming to find you. As the prophet Elijah spoke as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 41, "Go up, eat and drink, for there is the sound of abundance of rain." That's what you hear now, the sound of abundance, the sound of fulfillment. The clouds that once looked empty are full, heavy with blessing. Your spiritual drought is over. The sky above you has changed color. Grace is pouring out like rain. What was once withheld is now released in double measure. Chosen one, this is not just a personal blessing, it's generational. What God is releasing into your life now will ripple through your family line, rewriting the story of everyone connected to you. The chains that held generations in fear are being broken through your obedience. The prayers of your ancestors are being answered through your yes. The release doesn't just bless, it redeems. It restores the years that pain and waiting seem to consume. You will soon hold in your hands what once lived only in your heart. And when it comes, it won't feel forced or fragile, it will fit. Heaven-crafted things always do. You may feel the emotions rising, relief, awe, gratitude. Let them come. This is what it feels like to step into fulfillment. The pressure of years releases in a single exhale. The tears you cried in private will now water a public harvest. But hear this, chosen one, when heaven releases what you prayed for, walk humbly. The release is not a trophy, it's a trust. You are not being rewarded for endurance. You are being commissioned for purpose. What God places in your hands now is meant to bless others. The miracle you receive becomes the testimony you give. The overflow you experience is not meant to be stored, it's meant to flow. This is why the release is so sacred. It's not about accumulation, it's about assignment. Heaven doesn't bless you to make you comfortable, it blesses you to make you capable. You are stepping into the abundance of answered prayers, but more importantly, into the responsibility of carrying heaven's presence wherever you go. What once was a waiting room has become a launching pad. The release is your beginning, not your ending. Chosen one, you are standing in the sound of rain, heaven's applause echoing through your soul. You are living proof that delay is not denial, that every promise kept in silence eventually speaks in power. To seal this moment, make a declaration of faith right now. Comment below 555. This number carries the prophetic symbolism of grace multiplied and divine transformation completed. It means that what was held back is now fully released, and that heaven's favor surrounds you on every side. When you type it, you're not asking, you're acknowledging it has arrived. I am walking in the release. Comment below 5555. When you type 5555, you're agreeing with heaven's completion of what it began in you. The number represents grace, multiplied favor overflowing from unseen realms into visible form. It's your symbolic key to the doors that have just opened. This declaration means, I receive it, I walk in it, and I will steward it well. It's not just gratitude, it's partnership. You're saying yes to the divine flow, to abundance with purpose, to being a vessel for miracles beyond yourself. Every time you see 5555, let it remind you that your season of release has begun, and nothing can reverse it now. Chosen one, obedience is the language of heaven. Every time you chose to trust instead of fear, to stay instead of flee, to speak life when silence felt easier, you were saying yes to God in a way that changed more than your own story. Your obedience has not gone unnoticed. Heaven always records what earth overlooks. You may not realize it yet, but your small acts of faith have created ripples across eternity. Every prayer whispered in the dark has echoed in generations yet unborn. Every time you forgave, every time you refused to quit, you planted seeds of transformation. Your yes to God did not just shift your life, it shifted everything connected to you. Obedience is not always glorious, it's often quiet, hidden, even misunderstood. but that's where its power lies. True obedience is doing what heaven asks, even when no one applauds. It's trusting that your unseen sacrifices are the very things building the foundation for someone else's miracle. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, the second book, chapter 9, verse 6. Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. You have been sowing in tears, in trust, in silence, and heaven has been multiplying those seeds. The harvest doesn't just belong to you. It belongs to those who will walk behind you. Your faith has become a map for others to follow, a torch lighting the path through darkness. Chosen one, you are a ripple maker. Your obedience is rewriting stories beyond your lifetime. Every time you say yes to God, you silence the echoes of disobedience that may have haunted your family line. You are the interruption of curses, the beginning of blessings. The courage it took for you to break the pattern will bless those who don't even know your name. Sometimes obedience means letting go of something that once felt safe. It means releasing control when your heart wants to hold tight. But the moment you surrender, heaven steps in. The greatest miracles are not born from striving. They are born from surrender. God does not ask for perfection. He asks for willingness. And your willingness is rewriting destinies. Your yes today becomes someone else's freedom tomorrow. The kindness you extend becomes someone else's healing. The patience you show becomes the mirror where others see God's heart reflected. This is the holy exchange of obedience. You give your trust, and heaven gives transformation in return. It's easy to think obedience is just about rules or direction, but it's far deeper. It's about alignment. It's about walking so closely with God that your steps naturally match His rhythm. You no longer move from fear of consequence, but from love for the one who called you. That's the kind of obedience that moves mountains. Chosen one, you've reached the point where obedience is no longer a task, it's a lifestyle. You've learned that saying yes to God doesn't always make life easier, but it always makes it meaningful. You've discovered that obedience isn't about understanding, it's about trust. There were moments when obedience cost you relationships, comfort, or opportunity. But what you lost for obedience will never compare to what you'll gain through it. The peace that now surrounds you, the favor that follows you, the strength you carry, they are all fruits of that sacred yes. Through your obedience, you've invited heaven to use your life as a vessel of impact. People who once felt hopeless will find courage through your example. Those who watched you endure will learn how to stand, and those who doubted your calling will have to acknowledge the evidence of grace upon your life. Your obedience is not just about you, it's a doorway for others. You are living proof that one surrendered heart can change the spiritual climate of an entire lineage. What began as a quiet decision in your heart will echo as a legacy of faith. So walk confidently, chosen one. Every step you take in obedience is a declaration of victory. The ripple of your yes will keep spreading through generations, through time, through eternity. The heavens have recorded your surrender, and now the earth will witness your harvest. Your obedience has become a living altar built not from stone, but from surrender. Every choice to trust God adds another flame to it, and now that altar burns brightly, lighting the path for all who follow. Chosen one, do you feel the tension in the air, that subtle resistance right before the release? It's the enemy's last attempt to distract you. Every time heaven draws closer to fulfillment, darkness tries to create noise to make you doubt what you already know is true. This is not a new battle. It is the oldest tactic of the adversary to confuse clarity, to disturb peace, to make you forget how far you've already come. But hear this pressure before breakthrough is a sign that you're close. The shaking is not meant to break you, it's meant to reveal what cannot be moved. You are not under attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you carry power. The enemy only fights what threatens him, and you, chosen one, are a threat to every chain of darkness still clinging to your past. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication is from me, declares the Lord. This promise is not a shield you hope will work. It's an inheritance that already belongs to you. The weapons may form, but they will fail. Words may rise, but they will fall silent. You are surrounded not by fear, but by favor. You walk through the storm wrapped in divine armor. Chosen one. This moment of tension is not a sign of defeat, it's proof of transition. When a baby is born, the final push comes with the greatest pain. When dawn approaches, the sky is darkest just before the first light. What you're feeling isn't destruction, it's delivery. The heaven is bringing forth everything that was promised. The opposition around you may increase, but so will the grace within you. What used to scare you no longer holds the same power. You have learned too much to go backward. You recognize the enemy's tactics, now they are predictable, repetitive, and powerless against your discernment. You've become too anchored in truth to be swept away by lies. There will be moments when your emotions rise, when doubt knocks on your heart, when weariness whispers, maybe this isn't working. In those moments, breathe. Remember the last time you thought you couldn't make it, and yet here you are. That memory is evidence that grace has never failed you. You have been tested in silence, shaped by storms and forged in fire. You've seen what fear can do, but you've also seen what faith can undo. Every wound you've endured has taught you how to fight differently, not with panic, but with peace. You've learned that the greatest victory isn't shouting louder, it's standing still while the storm spends itself. Chosen one, do not waste energy explaining yourself to those who cannot see your calling. You are not required to prove divine purpose to human understanding. Your life itself will become the proof. What heaven is about to unveil through you will silence every accusation. Stay focused, stay faithful. Your validation comes from above, not applause from around. This warfare is not punishment, it's confirmation. The resistance you face is proportionate to the glory being released. If the opposition has intensified, it's because heaven is about to deliver something the enemy can't stop. You're standing in the narrow space between pressure and promise, the space where faith finishes its final work. You may feel the weight of fatigue, the urge to let go, but hold steady. The same God who brought you through fire will carry you through this wind. You are being stretched only so your capacity can expand. The vessel must widen to contain the coming blessing. And soon, very soon, you'll look back on this tension and recognize it for what it truly was, a setup for revelation. The darkness wasn't attacking you, it was announcing you. The shaking wasn't destroying your foundation, it was proving it unshakable. Chosen one, this is your final test before manifestation. You are not losing ground, you are being launched. The noise around you is temporary, but the purpose within you is eternal. Stand firm, stay grounded, keep your eyes lifted higher than the battle. The storm that tried to bury you will soon become the wind that lifts you. And when the dust settles, the only thing left standing will be you, stronger, wiser, and shining with the unmistakable light of victory. Chosen one. The battle that once roared around you has grown quiet. Not because the enemy stopped fighting, but because heaven declared, It is finished. You've made it through the wilderness, through the nights of doubt and the days of endurance. And now, you stand not as a survivor, but as one crowned in the midst of battle. The fire didn't consume you, it crowned you. The storm didn't sink you, it strengthened you. This moment you're standing in is sacred. The angels who once surrounded you in defense now surround you in celebration. You have become the living evidence that endurance births elevation. Every scar is now a jewel in your crown. Every tear a reflection of divine glory. You are walking proof that surrender is stronger than striving. As the psalmist wrote in the book of Psalms, chapter 65, verse 11, "You crown the year with your goodness, and your paths overflow with abundance." This is the season when your path overflows. The same path that once seemed dry now glistens with promise. Where you once crawled in pain, you now walk in purpose. You have learned the rhythm of heaven, the balance of waiting, fighting, resting, and rising. Now all of it merges into one truth: you are crowned, not because you won, but because you never quit. Chosen one. The crown upon your spirit is not made of gold or jewel. It's forged from obedience, humility, and faith. It's the invisible glow of a heart that kept believing when believing made no sense. And now, that light shines through you so others can find their way home. As this message finds you, take a breath and feel the weight of grace resting gently on your shoulders. That's not pressure, it's presence. That's not pride, it's purpose. You are wearing the evidence of divine faithfulness. And while you stand in this holy space, I want to speak to your heart not as a command, but as an invitation. Every like, every share, every subscription is a feather added to the wing of this message, helping it travel further across the skies of the weary. When you interact, you're not feeding an algorithm, you're releasing light into the world. To comment is to build an altar in the digital wilderness. It's where someone wandering through noise might stumble upon truth, hope, or even a reason to breathe again. Your simple words, your engagement, your presence here, they ripple beyond screens. They become echoes of faith in unseen hearts. And if, as you listen, something inside of you feels stirred, if a warmth rises that says, "I want to help keep this light burning," then hear me softly. Your gift is not a requirement. It's a song. Giving is never demanded in the kingdom of light. It's composed, like music played by willing hearts. Think of it like tending a lighthouse on a dark coast. Every small act of generosity, whether it's a like, a share, or a donation, is another drop of oil poured into the flame that guides others safely home. You are not funding words, you're fueling rescue missions for souls who still believe they are lost. If your spirit ever feels led to give, let it be an act of gratitude. Imagine your offering as a seed cast into the ocean of eternity, disappearing from your hand but returning as waves of light in someone else's life. Heaven always multiplies what's given in love. So, if this message has touched you, like it, let it rise as your silent amen. Share it, send it out like a dove carrying peace. Comment below, leave a trace of faith in this sacred space. Subscribe not to a channel, but to a calling, a journey of continual awakening. And if your heart whispers, "I want to give," let it be between you and God. There's no pressure, no price tag, only participation in grace. Every act of love, no matter how small, keeps the current of this ministry flowing, reaching hearts across oceans, time zones, and sleepless nights. Sleepless. Chosen one. The crown upon you is more than reward, it's responsibility. You carry light now, and with it comes the power to ignite others. The way you share hope, the way you give, the way you live, it all becomes worship. As this message closes, imagine yourself standing on a mountain at sunrise. The sky opens, gold spilling across the horizon, and you realize you didn't just survive the storm, you became the sunrise after it. That's what your crown means. It's not decoration, it's dawn, chosen one. This is what fulfillment feels like: quiet, steady, sacred. The chaos has subsided, and the storm that once tried to swallow you has now become the testimony beneath your feet. You are walking on what once overwhelmed you. You've stepped into the reality that was once only a promise, and now your life carries the sound of completion. It feels different here, doesn't it? The air is clearer. Peace doesn't have to be chased anymore, it abides. You no longer wake up wondering if God will come through. You wake up knowing that He already has. The same faith that once whispered through tears now sings through victory. You are living inside answered prayers. Every moment, every small detail, every open door confirms what heaven already wrote long ago. What you once begged for is now part of your normal days. This is not coincidence, it is covenant. It is the fulfillment of every silent season, the evidence that waiting is never wasted when God is the one holding the timeline. According to what is revealed in the book of Joshua, chapter 21, verse 45. Not one of all the Lord's good promises to Israel failed. Everyone was fulfilled. The same is true for you. Every word spoken over your life, every divine whisper that carried you through the dark, it has all been fulfilled in its appointed time. Some promises arrived suddenly, others slowly, but none have failed. Even the ones that looked broken were simply still in progress. God's record remains flawless. Now that you are walking in what you once waited for, heaven shifts its focus not to what you receive, but to what you become. Because fulfillment is never the end, it's the beginning of stewardship. The promise is no longer something you chase, it's something you carry. Chosen one, this season will teach you how to live in abundance without losing humility. The challenge of waiting was patience. The challenge of fulfillment is purpose. Many can endure pain, but few can handle blessing. Yet God trusts you with both. You've learned how to hold joy without forgetting mercy. You've learned how to celebrate quietly, knowing that gratitude speaks louder than pride. There will be moments when the world asks, "How did it finally happen?" And you will smile, not boasting in your effort, but in God's faithfulness. Your story will not be told with noise, but with peace. The power of your testimony will be in the calm assurance that what God promises, He performs. Fulfillment doesn't mean the absence of challenges, it means the presence of grace within them. The difference now is that fear no longer has a voice in your decisions. The same mountains that once intimidated you now bow beneath your authority. You have walked long enough with God to recognize that every obstacle is simply another opportunity for Him to reveal His strength. Chosen one, look around you. The land you stand on is holy ground. It's not about geography, it's about revelation. You now understand that heaven's blessings are not rewards for effort, but expressions of love. What you hold is sacred because it was shaped by faith, not by force. In this new season, you will notice a gentleness in how God moves. No more striving, no more surviving, just flowing. You are walking with the current now, not against it. Miracles will unfold like petals opening one by one, and all you'll need to do is breathe, believe, and behold. Still, never forget where you came from. The pain, the prayer, the perseverance, they are the soil that allowed this harvest to grow. Honor your past, but don't live there. It was necessary for your becoming, but not designed for your staying. This is the chapter where peace becomes your language and joy becomes your posture. You will no longer live from survival, but from overflow. You will no longer question if you are chosen, you will simply be chosen one. Fulfillment is not a finish line, it's an unfolding. What you see now is only the first bloom of a field that will continue to grow. Keep your heart soft, your spirit open, and your eyes lifted. The promise was never just about you. It was always about what God would do through you. And so you walk forward not rushed, not restless, but radiant. The promise has been fulfilled. The miracle has become your reality. And you, chosen one, are now living proof that heaven never forgets its word. Chosen one. Now that the miracle has unfolded and fulfillment surrounds you, heaven turns the page to a new beginning. This isn't an ending, it's a commissioning. The promise you've received was never meant to end with you. It was meant to begin through you. The same power that carried you through the waiting will now flow through you to carry others. You are no longer just the one who received the miracle, you have become the miracle itself. For a long time, you prayed for God to send help. Now you understand that you are the help heaven is sending to someone else. You've been equipped not merely to testify, but to transform. Every lesson learned, every tear shed, every battle won has turned you into a vessel of wisdom and healing. You are the living evidence that grace is not just a word, it's a person's story redeemed. As the Apostle Paul wrote in his letter to the Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. You are God's handiwork, chosen one. The same hands that molded galaxies have shaped your destiny. You are not a random creation. You are a divine assignment wrapped in flesh. Every place you walk, every word you speak, every act of kindness you give, heaven moves through it all. Now begins the greater call to live as a carrier of light. You've seen what faith can do in your own life. Now you will witness what it can do through your life. You are the continuation of God's miracle in motion. Every person you comfort, every soul you lift, every broken heart you help mend becomes part of your purpose. This is the sacred exchange heaven pours into you so that you may pour into others. You are a river, not a reservoir. What flows to you must flow through you. The blessings, wisdom, and peace you now hold are tools meant to repair what darkness has broken. You've been chosen to remind others that hope is still alive, that light still wins, that love still heals. Chosen one. Walking in this calling will require courage. There will be days when the world feels heavy again, when shadows try to return, when doubt whispers, "You can't do this." But remember, you've already walked through worse and survived. You have the strength of someone who's seen the end of the storm and still believes in rainbows. The power of your story isn't just in what God did for you, it's in what you do with what He gave. You are the answered prayer of someone who doesn't even know your name yet. Your smile will speak where sermons cannot. Your presence will carry peace into rooms that have forgotten what peace feels like. You are light in human form, steady, warm, and unstoppable. Chosen one. Heaven doesn't call the perfect, it perfects the called. You may not feel ready, but readiness isn't a feeling, it's a choice. You've already been prepared in silence, refined in waiting, and crowned through obedience. Every experience has been a rehearsal for this very moment. You are walking into divine purpose, not as a beginner, but as a witness. The miracle you once begged for is now your ministry. The freedom you found becomes your message. You are not meant to hide what God has done, you're meant to multiply it. The same grace that lifted you will lift others through your story. You are a living sermon of resilience, a melody of mercy still echoing across generations. When you speak, speak with gentleness. When you act, act with love. You are not trying to save the world, you're revealing the one who already did. You are not building your kingdom, you are expanding his. You are not performing for approval, you are walking in purpose. And as you continue this journey, remember you were never chosen just to be comforted, you were chosen to comfort. Never doubt that your life carries eternal weight. Even when you can't see the impact, heaven keeps record. Every soul you touch, every heart you lift, every word you speak in truth, it all counts. Chosen one, step forward with quiet strength. You've been transformed into a messenger of hope, a keeper of light, a living reflection of divine love. The miracle has matured into mission, and the purpose now burns like fire within you. Walk with peace, live with purpose, love without measure. You are God's chosen one, called, crowned, and commissioned for such a time as this. Chosen one. Before this message fades from your screen, let its echo rest in your heart. This is not the end. It's a continuation. You've walked through revelation, through fire, through fulfillment, and now you stand as the living testimony of what grace can do. What you've just experienced, hear these words. This stillness, this stirring is not mine alone. It's something heaven placed in your path to remind you of who you are and how far you've come. If the light within these words found you in a dark place, then let it move forward. Every like, every share, every comment below is like a ripple in a still pond, one touch sending light farther than we could ever reach alone. When you respond, you're not reacting to content, you're breathing life into a ministry of hope. Subscribe if your heart longs to stay connected to this flow of divine conversation. Think of it as keeping a window open to heaven's whisper so that each new message finds you at just the right time, the way this one did. And if gratitude stirs softly inside you, if you feel that quiet warmth that says, I want to help keep this flame alive, then follow that nudge. Your donation isn't a requirement, it's a seed. A drop of oil that keeps the lamp glowing in the night. Through every act of giving, you become a keeper of this light, ensuring it finds others still searching for a sign that God remembers them. So if this message touched your spirit, let your simple actions become part of its journey. Like it. Share it. Leave your mark in the comments below. Help the light travel further, because somewhere out there, another chosen one is waiting to remember who they are, and your act of love might be the spark that finds them.